with a person that I met and that I knew more about from a lot of our friends. And we actually met over this weekend at a big event that was going on in Las Vegas. I'm not only with the Loan Brokering Network, but at the same time an affiliate summit. This man, now, and I'll tell you a little more about him. People were asking, they look at you and where is Carlos Corona? They were asking for him. He's like a god over there. The things that he's been able to do, people were actually looking for him just to speak to him. There were people saying, like, man, I try to call this guy, he doesn't return the call. And Phil, which is one of our friends, said, man, this guy's very busy. He's taking your calls or even returning a text. You should be actually very thankful of that. But boys, Carlos Corona Jr., he built $1 million business in a pay-per-call business in less than 6 months. In a way, so this is a flight booking calls to be exact, where each person earns about anywhere from 15 to $20 per lead, right? He also says this is the lazy way to achieve digital marketing success. Hey, Carlos, welcome to our channel. Thank you for actually being here with us. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank
We
you
want
so
to
much.
toast to you because I know we're gonna learn some good stuff from you
Hey,
today, brother.
thank you. It's not coffee in my cup, but
Yeah, it's
thank
not
you.
gonna be you.
We believe
That's
you.
awesome. So, what are you drinking tonight, by the way?
Some whiskey, some Eagle One whiskey that was sent to me by the good people over at Ringba. They usually
Ringba.
send me, Ringba is a call tracking platform that we use in our business to
That's
see
what's
what's
up.
going on, right? So they send the whiskey, and I've been sitting there. I have a couple other bottles that were sent as a gift.
Yeah.
When you told me that the name of the podcast is called, Business Funding and Whiskey, I'm like, okay, perfect excuse to pop the bottle.
Perfect excuse, right?
Yeah, and I got to
Love it,
tell you,
love
it tastes just as I expected. Wonderful.
That's awesome. Hey guys,
Wonderful.
we also have Brock Bertolo. This man is one of the legends in the EVC Capital Company. Guys, hey, how you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. Glad to be here with y'all, and glad to have you back, Carlos.
That's
Missed you,
awesome,
man.
I know, man. I've been out of the loop for the past week, but we've been busy, man. Again, and people talk about you go to Vegas just to have fun, but yeah, you have fun, but you network. The quality of people that I have met over the past week, I haven't been able to actually meet them for the past year. And in the one-on-one is in being sober. Let's put it that way. We had some good drinks out there, but you know what? We actually had a guest a little while ago that we talked about. And that when you go to these gatherings and when you drink a little bit, it's not to go. People don't see as professional. He said, no, that's not the case. When you actually get to drink and you get to relax, that's when you actually get to connect one-on-one with people. And the crazy thing is like what we did. I mean, we're having fun. We're talking business. Half of the time, we were not even having fun. We're just talking about business. But it's the things that you enjoy doing. And that's when you actually come together with people that think alike. And again, Big Mike, we know Big Mike, right? Big Mike
Yes,
talks about your net worth. I mean, your network is your net worth. And
that's
who
right.
you surround yourself with, and is who is gonna make you either to success or not. So hey
Mm,
man, go ahead, Brock. Take us
love
take
it.
us take us from
Ooh,
here, brother.
dropping nuggets already, Carlos. Love it. All right, awesome. So, Carlos Corona, man, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. So I know this is your first time on our podcast, so let me explain exactly what you got yourself into. So here at Business Funding and Whiskey, we take an unconventional approach towards everything business, right? So we're kind of out here. We want to share knowledge. We want to drop nuggets. We want to let everybody know that, hey, owning your own business, getting funding for your own business, and really getting the support that you need to run your business correctly, it's not a taboo conversation, right? So that's why Carlos came up with Business Funding and Whiskey for us to all just to connect and talk about everything business. All right. So awesome. And for our viewers out there, Carlos, what is it that you do?
Well, that's a loaded question. So, but guess what? I'm gonna drop a bomb that you probably did or did not know.
Let's
But
go.
I have a very strong background in business funding.
Oh, let's
Nice.
go. So we
So
have
we
somebody that really understand not only about marketing, but he understands
so
about business
quick
funding.
story.
Tell us a little more about that, man, please.
Sure. I'll keep it short and sweet. But am I allowed to share my? Can I share my screen?
Oh yeah, you
Do
can.
you
No,
guys
hold on.
do that in the show?
Yeah,
I
we
think,
can definitely do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let me do this as I talk to you. Let me load up a website, and then I'm going to piece it all together.
Let's go. Show and tell. I love it.
And then you're gonna be
Not
like, no,
everybody
wait,
comes prepared for that one. And I tell you,
no.
guy, what? You know what? Let me just put it out there. Now that I got 2 sips of my whiskey too, this man was able to step in a matter of 2 hours, and he was ready. So
Yeah,
kudos to you, Carlos.
I'm always ready. So listen, here you mentioned Phil. So it's an interesting story in how I met Phil. So back in 2015, I am doing a research for companies that sell how you call MCA leads. You guys familiar with MCA? Of course, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Merchant Cash Advance. So I went on to Google and then searched Merchant Cash Advance, and here comes Phil. And Phil pretty much is like, hey, you want this leads? You have to deposit $100 in my bank account, and and I'll send you 100 leads. And I was like,
Well, that was
All right,
cheap, though.
yeah. I was like, this is
Cash.
2015, right? So I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I will lose $100. So
Yeah.
whatever. I went ahead and placed an order of $100. He sent me $100. Then I turn around and I link up with now my business partner, Victor Asevsky. And I was like, look, there's 100 leads here. Can you call these people and offer them MCA funding? So he called the people and we funded a couple deals out of there. And I was like, So I kept buying leads from Phil, and that's how I met Phil. So
Wow.
then I went ahead
So,
and I
so in a way, Phil was your dealer.
yeah, he was my dealer. He was my lead dealer. He was definitely hustling leads. And then
He got you hooked. He got you hooked in this whole industry.
he got me hooked. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, that's quite interesting. So he invited me to the first mastermind, and that's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But in one of the masterminds we did in Vegas, I met this guy named Victor. And Victor introduced me to a friend of him that had a company called Rise Up Capital, which is the one that I'm sharing in the screen with you right now. I'm not sure if you can see it or not.
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's Rise Up Capital. So I ended up buying this company from Victor, and I'm sorry, from David, and that was in my MCA days, right? So pretty much this is a full brand of MCA funding with a custom built out application. So if you were to type in, like, I'm looking for $50,000 in funding, it will go ahead and do the whole application here online. So you can put in like all your information, and it will pre-qualify you. So let me show you real quick. And then you put it here, this is John Doe. My sales team is going to hate me for putting in the dummy lead, but they should know better if they use my name.
Yeah.
And it will go ahead and process their application. And at the end, what I thought that was really helpful for people is show them the amount that they're pre-qualified for. So without touching anything here, I'll just say that I'm making, $50,000. And then I am registered, and then I do have separate accounts. Then it's going to ask them, what's your credit score? So they say I have, good credit score. The system will then fire a response of how much you were pre-qualified for. And then there's automation sequences behind that, SMS, email, and notifications to sales partners to jump in. But they can click here and get started. And then I'm not going to finish the whole process, but you can complete the whole process and collect financial. And then
this got another route. We started talking about something, and you giving us so many ideas right now. I love what you've done over there. We need to start replicating this.
Wait. Let's stop this and let's focus. Let's go back to
okay, let's focus. Okay,
all right, cool. So Carlos, let me rephrase that question. Right, what are you focused on right now?
Got it. I'm sorry, I went off a tangent right there.
No, I love it because this is the thing. This is how you meet people. And that's the thing. And that's what liquor does to you. But this is how you meet people, because we are here to do something, but we may find out different ways to actually help each other. And that's what usually happens when you network. You need to network. And this was something that we wanted to talk about tonight. But when Carlos came around, I said, well, we got to make sure we capitalize on Carlos, man.
Love it. So what is it that I do? What is it that I'm focused on right now? So the majority of my time I spend it buying media for Unique Media Group, which is the name of my company, and we are in a paper called Agency. And then the rest of my time, rest of my professional time, I'm spending it teaching people how to become media buyers and how to get into the industry and how to 10x their business and you know, and do what we do.
Love it. So I have a question right there. What exactly what are media buyers?
Yeah, sure. So media buyer are the people that I hear an echo. I don't know if it's just me or you guys too.
Yeah, I hear that as well.
Got it. So media buyer, it's someone that buys media. You know, kind of.
That makes sense.
That. Yeah, but somebody that buys media, whether it's a TV, audio, radio, internet, or just pretty much a person that is making that advertisement run. Because digital, TV, radio, newspaper are the most common forms. So we specialize in digital media. So we teach people how to buy media, how to run ads, and Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, the digital platforms.
Now let me ask you something, because this is amazing. I mean, this is something that and me as a business owner and everything that we do, you know, we've been learning a little more about marketing. That's something that we're still kind of novice at. But when I heard you speak about what you do, a lot of things start coming out. So we help a lot of businesses in all industries. Is this something that works for every industry? And would every industry work in the same platform? So you say you actually teach a lot of your clients or students to go into YouTube or Facebook or Snapchat. You know, and again, there's different. We're talking about funding, or let's talk about a mechanic. Who they go to after, and what platform is better, and would paper calls, clicks will actually work for them?
Sure. So the technical answer will be no, and the long answer will be yes. So let me explain why. Let me explain why I say that. Does it work for every industry? No, definitely not. So, you know, this is not going to work for, you know, let me give you an example. This is not really going to work for a restaurant, right? Because restaurant is mostly walk-in traffic. Restaurants, I don't see restaurants moving into the pay-per call route where they're going to pay for people to call in and put an order. Could it work? Yes, but not really. Now, the long answer is yes. It will work for most businesses. So, what's up, Jason? It will work for most businesses. So, it will work for, you know, your main verticals, which I will identify them as insurance, as financial, legal, and home services. So chances are that if you're one of those main category, it will work for you.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to know.
Sure.
So
we start focusing on the.
My next question here is,
which Carlos? Which Carlos are you talking about?
We're gonna have to go by last name. Hey,
let's go. Vega or Corona.
All right, so my next question, right? You had referenced paid per call. And I don't think a lot of people, and I'm speaking for myself right now, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm not completely familiar with what that means. Can you kind of break that down?
Sure. Let me log into ChatGPT and tell them what is.
Oh, snap! We're using that too, man.
This guy.
I'm joking. No. So, pay per call, in a nutshell, is when it's performance marketing. So, what it is when an advertiser, in most cases, it's a business or a business owner, hires an agency or an individual to generate consumer inbound calls for their customer acquisition. And then they're willing to pay for every call that comes in, right? Whether it's on connect, meaning hello, whether it's on the buffer, which is a certain amount of time, or whether it's on a CPA, which is a cost per acquisition, meaning a sale is done.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Paper call. So now, if I was to explain paper call to an 8-year-old, I will tell them paper call is a business where you generate phone calls and you get paid every time somebody calls.
Oh, I got that one.
Yeah, that one clicked. Thank you.
Hey, man. So we talk about doing funding and helping businesses. I mean, we tell them that 2 out of 3 businesses go out of business in the first 2 years. Why? Because of the lack of capital. So, you know, knowing what I know now, capital is needed. I mean, it's needed, and you need it for different operations. In this case, marketing. But knowing what I know now and the way that we need to market our business, I think marketing is very essential because, like Grant Cardone says, if people don't know you, they don't flow you.
Right.
Exactly.
So let me ask you something in a way that you have become so great at marketing and what you do. Why would you say to, or what do you say to a lot of these business owners that why is marketing important? And why do they need, especially this year in 2023?
Yeah, sure. Like, FYI, I my whole life I've been doing marketing. I have a
Mhm.
bachelor's in marketing. Marketing is my life.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I do. And the reason why I decided to stick with marketing is because it's the only business that it's almost impossible to go away. The only reason marketing will go away if there's no more businesses tomorrow,
Chat
or
GPT.
yeah, or and you're still gonna need marketing. You're still
Yeah,
gonna have to run
right.
whatever it is.
Yeah,
Or you live in a communist country and there's
that is
no
true.
marketing needed, right?
Yeah.
But if not, then as long as there is a business, there's going to be a need for marketing. So right now, what we're seeing is that we're seeing a lot of fortunes being made from social media platforms and from one trending video that puts somebody on the map,
Got
right?
it.
So you should be the same way that you hire the best business development, the best accountant, the best plumber, the best doctor, you should be hiring the best content creator to put your business out there, to make sure that your products or service are described and are explained and are promoted in a very easy way for people to understand and buy or call you and take action from it. So if you are in business, if you're a business owner, marketing should have the majority of your budget, right?
Mm.
Because if it doesn't, there's chances are that you're not going to survive. There's
Yeah.
only so much that you can do from word of mouth. There's only so much that you can do from foot traffic. But
Yeah.
if you're competing online or if you're competing in any vertical or sector where you have serious competitors, you are expected to meet a certain degree of standard when it comes to marketing, right?
Got it.
You are expected to have social medias that are updated regularly. You are expected to have a website. You are expected to have a Google My Business account.
Yeah.
You are expected to have reviews. There's a
Mhm.
lot of things that go into there. So
Yeah.
don't cheat yourself by doing the work when you should hire the best professional for that work, right? So
Mhm.
that's something that I always tell business owners because I see them applying the how and the not who, right? So that how can
Yeah.
I be great at marketing my business?
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, you'll never be because that's not what you do. You're great at running the business and whatever it is that you do. So if you're
Good
a
point.
great
That's
plumber,
true.
awesome. If you're a great doctor, awesome. But you're not a great marketer.
Yeah.
So who can help you present your company in a way that is up to standard? Well, that's a marketer. So I
Yeah.
always tell people to apply the who, not how principle.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. That's well put, man. Yeah.
yeah, and
Well
I
put.
think it's a big issue for small business owners, marketing, right? So, we were
Mhm.
actually just talking about this right before you joined our call prior
Yeah.
to going live. Carlos and I
Mhm.
were talking about it, and we work with multiple marketing companies, right? So, um, we've had some experience. We've been burned a few times, and I
Yeah.
think it's really difficult for business owners to know if they're getting in with a good company or not. How would I know this is a very broad question, Corona, right? So, um, I forgive me for asking this, but how would a business owner know? All right, cool. This company is for real. They're going to follow up with what they say, right? With execution, as opposed to a company that just kind of falls through the cracks. How do business owner know the difference at first glance?
Well, if we want to go to the extreme of the spectrum, is that company willing to fly out to earn your business?
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
So this is how I see it. If you're serious about doing business with me, I'll expect you to fly out and do business with me, right?
That's what's up.
Because I'm holding, how do you call? I'm holding the pot by the handle, meaning that I will hire the best company that is out there, not the cheapest one, because the cheapest one is not going to deliver what I want. So the cheapest one is going to give me a lot of fluff, you know.
Yeah.
We done this, we done that, and they compete on price. The experience and more established companies and reputable companies, they deliver results. So price is not even an issue. Like when you go and buy an expensive house or an expensive car, you don't nickel and dime it because that's what you want, right? So you're not even talking about price. You're talking about features. Does this has like, you know, seat heating controls? Can my driver drive this? You know, things like that. It's not about price, right? So if I'm going to hire a marketing company, I'm going to hire the best company there is. So one, I'm going to do my research, see exactly who they are, and see, you know, if it's a good fit. And two, are they okay with coming to me or me going to them, right? To do this in person. Because that 1 hour meeting, like even if I just fly in for lunch, it's going to get a lot more done. And then the expectations are elevated in the sense that, hey, I took my time to come here. I inquire some expenses to make this happen. So I expect you to deliver the way that I want it to be delivered, the results, right? So but it depends where you are, right? If you're starting out and you're working on a budget, then try to work with somebody that is at the breaking point. And what I mean by that, trying to work with somebody that is very passionate about what they do, but they're almost there, right? They're very passionate. They'll work with you. They'll work where your budget. Usually there's a one-man person or two or a very small team. They deliver quality. They're just looking for somebody that is going to give them an opportunity. What I see, a rising star. So look out if you can spot those rising stars. Work with those until you are in a position that then you can choose, you know, who is the best in the industry and who is going to deliver the results. Look, I give you a quick sample, right? I wanted to brand myself for social media. And I went ahead and hired multiple freelancers. I flew them to masterminds. I paid for their hotels. I paid for their flights. I paid for their meals. I paid for their work. And the results was average at best, okay? There was a lot of lost footage. There was a lot of mistakes in the editing, a lot of corrections, you know, a lot of things that I shouldn't have to deal with. And I said, that's it. Then I went on and I hired Robert Sislo, which is probably one of the best content creators there is out there. He used to be part of the Grant Cardone team. He knows what the hell he's doing. He's actually one of the most expensive out there too. Okay, I spent with the man 4 hours. And in 4 hours, he delivered 700 photos, 40 reels, 40 long videos. And everything was done perfectly. The only thing that I had to tell them is that he had a misspelling in my name. Besides that, everything was done to the T. And if you actually follow me on Instagram or any of my social media, especially, you're going to see a lot of these videos. So you know how much money I wasted, right? Flying freelancers and doing all this stuff, and how much time and money I saved hiring a professional. He only took 4 hours of my time. He came in, and in 4 hours, he said, we're going to shoot 40 videos. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to shoot 10 videos with one outfit. Then we're going to shoot 10 pictures. Then we're going to change, and we're going to do that 3 more times.
Wow.
Love it. I mean, the most expensive thing you're ever going to buy is the thing that you have to buy twice. So let me ask you this, Corona. So, you know, why do your clients choose to work with you?
I have no idea.
But you know what? Let me answer that question for you, because honestly, like something that we've been able to do is spot talent out there, spot the best. You are here because we know, like we've been through a lot of marketing companies. So you see all those little mistakes from getting the cheapest one to where we are today with email. We understood it. This is why we understand today what we want. And this is why in the matter of like 2 months, our marketing just had double, even triple. But again, we want to continue now spotting that. And I believe you and what I seen, not only honesty, ethically actually work with people, but at the same time is passionate about what they do. Talk, eat, breathe, and everything else about marketing. And that's the thing. It's like us. We talk about funding every single day, about business credit. You cannot win an argument with me about business credit.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, same thing with him. This guy, we're over there, we having a drink, and he's talking about marketing. We actually anything else, he's talking about marketing. Do you tell him about the award that you got at the affiliate ball?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because the man was able to get an award nationwide with all of these companies out there. So by someone that is actually identified by the affiliate marketing industry as one of the top ones. I mean, we know that this guy knows his shit.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got the AFI award, which is right here. Still have it on my desk. All right, look, I know it looks like something that I'm not gonna make any.
Wait, yeah, I saw the tip of that. What is that?
I think it looks like a butt plug. Don't worry about it. This is not for kids. That thing looks like a butt plug.
I didn't say it.
Hey, it's an award.
Sorry, Darren. I love you guys.
It's 2023, Corona. You can do whatever you'd like. All right. So,
hey, man. One thing that I wanted to ask you is, this, and I know this is something that we always had in mind, and I know people always ask this question too.
Yeah.
Let's just say from revenue that our business owner makes on the monthly basis, what is the percentage that they should invest back into their marketing?
That question depends on the stage that the business is in. If they're in the growth stage, or whatever it is. So depending on that, I usually recommend business owner to at least allocate 10% of their gross revenue into marketing at the very minimum. So 10%. Numbers, if you're making $1 million a month, then you should be considering to spend at least $100,000 a month in marketing.
So 10%, right? At least.
Right. Yes.
There we go. See?
All right.
Hey, so go ahead, man.
No. All right. So, when it comes to marketing, and you've been in the industry for as long as you have, what are some common mistakes that you typically see time and time again?
All right. Let me take a sip, because that's another loaded question.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So typical mistakes. So just for the simplicity of this podcast, let me stick with pay per call, right? Okay. So some of the simplicities that I see, like for pay per call students that join. I'm sorry. Some of the mistakes that I see for the students that join is, first, they try to do everything at once. Okay, huge mistake. Don't do that. You should start small and then scale. So, because if you try to do everything at once, you end up doing nothing. So you want to concentrate on one task at the time, and you should execute flawlessly. So stick to one vertical. So if your company, if you're sticking with home services, okay, so I'm gonna stick with home services. I'm gonna run home services campaigns. If I'm gonna do insurance, okay, I'm gonna do insurance. I'm gonna start with one insurance, because you're not gonna sell all the insurance at a time, right? So stick with one, and that applies to any business. So business owners that are watching or listening to us, be the best in your business, right? And don't add multiple things that, if you're a plumber, you have no business selling flowers, right? So it's an extreme example. So, but don't focus on your cores. Don't try to go out and trying to market things that are cool and trendy, but they have nothing to do with your business, right? And the same thing for pay-per-call. Stick with a vertical and stop jumping from one to another, and then complain that you never see success. The reason why you never see success is because you don't give them time, right? So how are you supposed to build something if you're not giving it time, right? So that's pretty much the main mistake. The other one is they spread themselves thin as far as budget goes, right? Can you run a campaign for $50 a day? Yes, you can. Can you let go of your 9 to 5 running a campaign at $50 a day? Absolutely not, right? Because even if you're the best there is and you're duplicating your ad spend, so that means that if you're spending 50 and you're making 100, how are you able to live at $100 a day? I mean, as a hobby, I see it, but as a main source of income, definitely not. So, then you should have that in mind, right? If my goal is to double my money or to operate at a 20, 30, 40, 50% margin, then you should ask yourself, okay, my goal is to make X amount of money per day, per week, per month. So you should know that it's going to take X amount of money to run that. So if I wanted to make $100,000 per day, I know that it's going to take me at least $50,000 plus per day to hit my goal, operating within margins, right? Within the 50%, 100%. So if I'm 100%, or 50%, or 30%, or 20%, usually you want to stay above 20% margin. You never want to go below 20% margin.
I mean, those some gems by then, man. So
Yeah,
let's just say, how do you scale to get to that? I mean, little by little, where should you start when you're actually a business? And let's say we're talking about being a student, actually developing that lead for another business. But let's just say you are a business that is trying to do this, and you don't have a full understanding of, okay, how much should I spend? Now you're saying between the margins, where should you start? Where is the threshold where you say, trust me, if you do this, you're not gonna see any results. You should start here, and then little by little go up. Like, what is the threshold?
Well, it depends on the business, because customer acquisition is going to vary by the specific business, right? The cost to acquire somebody that wants to do a breast augmentation is going to be completely different of the cost of somebody that wants internet or TV service on their own. So it will depend really on what business you are servicing, what sector you're servicing, and then it depends on the price of your product or service, right? So if your product or service that you're selling is $1,000, so it will be unrealistic to think that you can acquire a customer for $10, $20, $30, $50 a day, right? Because the LTV at the moment of selling the first product it's already at 1,000. So imagine everything else that you sell after that, right? So you should keep that in mind based on the product that you sell or service. It will determine how much you should be spending. Now, let's say that you are a local taco shop, just like my friend that owns a local Mexican tacos restaurant here in South Beach, Florida. And a business like that relies pretty much in third-party ordering platforms such as Uber Eats and so on, and Google My Business reviews and things like that, they can get away with running a retargeting campaign. For those of you who don't know, a retargeting campaign is a campaign that you run specifically for people that visited your website or interacted with your links or your call to actions in some way or another. So they can run a retargeting campaign for $10, $20, $30 a day, and that will be absolutely fine, right? But again, it's a retargeting campaign. It's just being in front of the consumer in their local area, 3, 4, 5 mile radiuses, and then just so they can stay relevant, right? And because it's being shown to a very small segment, the cost is minimal. Now, if I was to run a nationwide campaign, then $50 is not going to cut it.
Right.
Nice. You know what? This guy, I want to talk to you all night, brother. you guys are good. So let me ask you something. I mean, I know you've been doing this for years, and you said that you've been doing marketing for more than 12, 14 years, so probably more than that.
Yeah, I've been doing marketing since I was a little kid, to be honest. But professionally,
that was like about 10 years ago.
Yeah, professionally, I graduated in 2008, but I started my first company when I was a junior in college. So somewhere around 2005 is when I really started, my marketing career.
Oh wow!
So let's put it this way: you've been doing this for a while. Obviously, you're successful at it. You teach a lot of people how to become successful in marketing. Tell me, what's your best success story beside the butt plug?
It depends, right? I have quite a few of them. I think if I had to, I can't just think of a single one, But if I had to group them all, I think that the best success stories that I've seen, it's the impact that we have made in other people's life, right?
That's awesome.
And people that either watch my trainings for free or buy any of my products or something. Me and my whole team are forever grateful. The impact it has, the messages that I get of where they used to be and where they are now, or before how they used to worry about certain things and now they're flourishing in certain things. So we have 21 years old student that makes 7 figures a year. We have 40
Nice.
plus. Um, we have numerous amount of students that are seeing incredible success in pay-per-call, and then I bump into them at the shows. In the shows that we were at, Conrad had uh, amazing success with pay-per-call and other lead campaigns. So I guess that is really the fulfillment that I'm looking for, and then our team believes very strongly in that as a main core value, is to make sure that we over deliver and we empower you, whether it's to work with us or to work with another company. We want to make sure that we leave you better than we found you, as far as empowering you with knowledge, with skills, and we try our best to earn your business, be as transparent as we can, and provide you with top-notch service from start to finish. But if for some reason you decide that you want to work with somebody else, we want to make sure that you take all that you just learned and apply it and be a better individual overall. So that's the success that really, I don't look at numbers or anything like that anymore. I'm looking at the really impact that we're having in people's life, and going to shows and a random person coming up to me. I shouldn't say random, but somebody that I never met before coming up to me and telling me, "Hey man, I watched one of your videos and I decided to jump in this industry, and look, here I am now." Right?
That's awesome.
Like, wow, that's pretty amazing,
Yeah.
that will be some of the and then let's not take away from this beautiful butt plug.
So, you know what? That is the true meaning of legacy. Is what you leave behind. How you came in and what you left behind. That's the true meaning of legacy and being a leader. Because you're actually being a trailblazer right now in certain things that people probably have heard about, and you're becoming one of the best ones at it, and teaching people the right way to do so. And that allows you to not only create ethically what you're doing, because you see you actually looking to empower people and be able, and it's something we're talking about earlier, because people definitely should be looking into this when you're going into businesses. We're talking about a Bed Bath & Beyond. They just defaulted in their loan, and they're gonna be closing about 150 stores all around the country. People are gonna
Good
be.
thing I just ordered some silverware from them. Hopefully they deliver. Good thing I ordered some silverware from them. Hopefully
I know, right?
Hopefully it still comes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you should go. So you know what? If you are listening right now and you are one of those, this is one of the best things. And like you said, marketing is not going away. Every business that is starting today, to include us and everybody else, they need marketing. Marketing is the life of a business. There's no leads, there's no money, the lights go off.
Right.
So if you become a great marketer, Artie, you actually start learning from the right person. You could become a great salesman too, because you're selling that business, right? And that's what marketing is: the way that you actually market yourself, the way that you sell, not your business, but other people's business.
Absolutely. And I always say, we specialize in customer acquisition. So customer acquisition is not going away. It's the lifeblood of any business.
Capitalism.
Exactly. So,
not socialism, like you said.
Yeah, marketing is super broad, right? We could talk about marketing all day, but customer acquisition is very specific. And I haven't yet met a business owner that I told them that what I do, and they're not interested. They're immediately like
more clients, more money. Why would I not be interested?
I've been looking for you all my life.
I've been looking for you all my life.
Yeah. No, and Corona, one thing that I really like that you said was, not only do we provide the marketing, right, but we're going to show you what that looks like. So, one thing that Carlos and I have learned from working with multiple marketing companies is, everything changes when somebody opens the doors. when you're able to see a behind the scenes and like, okay, cool, what should I be looking at? It's almost like, you pay somebody to fix your roof and they take you on the roof with them and they're like, okay, cool. Hey, if you ever have a shingle that needs to be repaired, this is an easy way to do it. You don't need to hire a roofing company, right? Yeah. So, I think that's so important for businesses that are looking for marketing, to find somebody who's willing to open those doors and say, hey, look, listen, this is what we do. And this is how we do it. This is why it's important to do X, Y, and Z. I think that's the way that all service-based businesses are going to be going anyway. No more back doors. I mean, it's 2023, right? So we shouldn't be, everything should be transparent. I think that's really key. So
right. And again, and to add to that, before you go, Corona, this is what we do in Strata Vega Capital.
Mm-hmm.
We take everybody step by step, every process that you need to get lending for your business. We coach you not only for a couple of weeks, you get unlimited coaching for 12 months, because we want to make sure that we not only get you lending in the first 90 days, but if you want to, we get you a second, third, and probably a fourth round of lending within the 12 months.
Yeah.
So that's what we talk about. That's what we want. We don't care if you are a client for us once, but at least we teach you and we help the financial education of this country, because unfortunately, we don't learn this thing in school. We don't learn these things in college, like what you're teaching. And honestly, tell me if it's true. This is the school of hard knocks. You don't learn this marketing, everything that you know in school, because by the time you finish a 4-year degree, what's happening outside of the world is already outdated. Right?
True. Very true. And school teaches you the basic, teaches you to finish where you start. Definitely is going to get you in the right mentality of
discipline.
But schools are not meant to make business owners. That's just not happening. So you either have it in you or you don't. So it's just simple as that. Not everybody's meant to be a business owner. If you wake up every morning and you're expecting somebody to tell you what to do, you're definitely not meant to be a business owner. So if that's you, I'm sorry.
So you're a husband. So hold on. So if you're a husband, you're not a business owner.
Well, somebody else is running the business. But definitely, it's it's not for everybody. But if you want it bad enough, anything is possible. So it's true what you said. School is not teaching this. But does it help? Yes, because you can have a more educated conversation with somebody that has a proper education.
Of course,
whether it's through school or somewhere else, experience.
Yeah.
But definitely you need to, right? Because I tell everybody, one thing is for me to teach you how to do this, and another thing is for me to turn you into a business owner. It's a lot more difficult to go from 0 to 1 than it is to go from 1 to 100, right? So if you haven't been able to get yourself out of that 0 stage, it's not, keep trying, don't give up, but you should, especially if you're in your 20s and 30s, you should already be past that 0 stage,
That's true. Man, so as we go forward, what does that financial security means to you nowadays?
It means a lot, first for my family, being able to provide, and then, I'm a guy that is grateful for everything. So I moved to this country in 98. I'm originally from Cuba, which is a known communist country.
Yeah.
So I grew up poor all my life. And when I got here, I was in, financial assistance from the government. I used to shop at thrift shop and get my latest outfits back when I used to live in New York. And so I was told early on that, education was the way out. And I decided to always pursue knowledge, right? Because when you pursue knowledge, money just follows. So instead of pursuing the money, which it will just always fizzle and you're always chasing it because you're chasing the money. I'm not chasing money. I'm just chasing knowledge, right? Because the knowledge that I acquire, I execute it. And that is what will provide financial security. Now, to make that very short, financial security means that all the bills are paid, that I can take a 6 month, a year, 2, 3 year vacation if I wanted to. I mean, not
Yeah.
vacation, but I can step outside of my business and my business will still run as it is. I designed it in a way that it runs without me. I am not the CEO of my company. I gave that title up a good while ago. That came to the realization that I was not best suited to be the CEO. I was best suited to be a media buyer and the chief media buyer of the company because that is my skill set. My skill set is as that of a media buyer, not that
That's
of a
right.
CEO.
Mm.
So, and I did not want to become a CEO, honestly. So it allows me to do that. Allows my
That's
company
right.
to run. Me having to worry about financial. I still worry about financial things, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't worry about my light getting shut off or anything like that. Right.
Mm.
So that is what financial security means. Just having time to spend life how you want to. I try to spend as much time as I possibly can with my beautiful daughter, which is 2 years and a couple of months. And
Nice.
besides that, I travel to masterminds, to events. I speak. I teach people how to get into pay-per-call. And overall, I just try to do my best, right?
Yeah, of
And
course.
all of that has been provided to me, quote unquote, as a form of financial security, because I guess I should say, as results of what I do, right? Which is marketing and teaching other people how to get started.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome. And again, so you talk about financial security, and again, and I've seen this, and fortunately enough, I see what you're saying. I always share the story with Brock too and everybody else that today. So I'm a military member. I'm
Yeah.
retired for 22 years. PTSD is not there. The only PTSD that I have is about Turkey, and I tell you why. Same thing. Came here about 98, 99. Came from Colombia, and we were very poor. We were living in a basement with three other families in a two-room freaking apartment. It was crazy, bro. So we had welfare, and every winter, every Thanksgiving, we go to the soup kitchens, to the churches, and we get turkeys.
Yeah.
So we were eating turkey to probably mid January for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't want to taste turkey tonight or any other day because I still have PTSD about that. But it just teaches you, and when it humbles you about the certain things and the opportunities that are here, that if you apply yourself, you don't give up. Because being a business owner is not easy.
No,
Doing
it's
what you're
not.
saying is like if you go to different verticals and you don't concentrate on one, you are going to fail. You need to learn that and become the best at it. Just like as a business owner, every single day there's an obstacle. But as long as you overcome it, then you find a different way to become successful at your business.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
you actually, and this is the things that you got to understand as a business owner, don't give up. Make sure that you develop an ethic, a discipline about it, the power of consistency. If anybody's listening, you need to actually also read The Power of Consistency by Edward Long. So this book actually changed my mindset about consistency, how you become consistent about everything you do in life, especially as a business owner. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you too. Now, business credit. I know that you actually know about business credit too because you work in the merchant cash advance in the past. So tell me, what does it mean to you, and as a business, why is it important?
That's everything. Business credit.
There we
That's
go.
everything. You should work on your credit, and it's extremely important, especially if you want to scale your business, right? Because
Yeah.
I know we talked about figures before, spending X amount to get X amount. So when I talk about spending money in marketing, um, 10 out of 10, not 9 out of 10, but 10 out of 10 is capital being used as a form of credit, line of credit, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not going into the company's bank account and using the funds to buy marketing. I'm using some sort of line of credit, whether
Line of
it's
credit.
from an advertising platform such as
Mhm.
Facebook or TikTok or whatever might be the case,
Got it.
or American Express or Dashfy or another credit provider that we use in the business.
Yeah, I got it.
So it's everything. I mean, I think developing your business credit and truly understanding not just business but also personal credit is going to put you ahead, and you should take that very seriously, uh, because that is going to be a vital and a key part to your success, your credit, your personal and business credit.
That's
I
awesome.
agree. Yeah. And it's oftentimes too late that people realize that, right? So where they've already got their business going and they're like, okay, cool. I need a little bit of money. Or if they don't have a business and they're looking for a home or something, cool. I need a little bit of money. And then my 500 credit score is not going to work. I don't know what to do. Rush. Yeah.
I got a number that you can call if you need help.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was bringing the marketing back in.
No, but that's good. That's good because we also want to be able to actually provide different avenues because we help people with business credit, but if we have somebody else that can help with also personal credit, go for it, man. You have someone?
That was an absolute joke. I was referring.
No. You should have.
No. Let me finish. I was referring as to a pay-per-call campaign. So you call that phone number, we'll connect you with a credit provider, and then we get paid for the phone call. That's exactly what I was talking about.
That's it.
All right, so whoever's listening that wants that lead, who can get you the lead. So let me ask you something, bro. If someone wants to get in touch with you tonight, they see this live, they see this video after the fact, how can they get in touch with you? And why should they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I mean, the best way to get in touch with me would be going to our website, which is, I'll spell it out, it's unikmediagroup.com. And there you should be able to get in touch with me and my team. And, if you're somebody that wants to learn or knows how to do pay-per-call, there's going to be a menu there to get you there. And if it's a business that is looking to increase their customer acquisition, there should be a link there as well. And you will get in contact with our sales team or with our affiliate management team.
All right. You could either go back and watch it, but we're also going to put the links in the bottom of this video once this thing goes live, once it actually goes repurposed. So you'll get all that information, but make sure that you check it out. Like I say, he has that award for a reason. Not because of what you think, it's because he's good about what he does in marketing. Okay. So Carlos, man, I appreciate you taking the time. It was a special notice today.
Thank you.
And I know that your time is valuable, and let's go.
I had to do the clap, I'm a streamer. I had to do it.
Awesome.
You got it, man. No, but thank you. Appreciate it. We hope to have you soon enough and come back into the show. But again, guys, if you're interested, make sure that you go on the bottom of this video. Like you say, he says ulinkmediagroup.com, and you'll see in there if you're interested in that, not only to become a student, but you also want to employ them for their services. They're valuable. It works. The guy is making money not only for himself, but for all the business owners, but he's able to actually get that award because he's recognized nationally about what he knows how to do. So who else better to call, right? Not Ghostbuster, but Carlos Corona.
You said it. I was going to say it.
I bet you are. So, me and Brock are actually in sync. I just needed to say that before.
I love it. Thank you so much for having me. I know it was the last minute. Yeah. And you literally told me 2 hours before the show. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready. And I just saw the questions for the first time when we were live. So.
I know, man, but I love it, brother. And if you can help anything with the business, please don't hesitate. And once again, guys, make sure you give this guy a call, give this company a chance because it'll be worth your time. Make sure you check it out at the bottom of the video. What's up?
Before I go, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure, go.
No, before I go, I wanted to ask you if you're willing to come into one of my Money Making Mondays shows. Definitely. And if you're willing to talk about business credit and how you can about business credit, how you can, most of my viewers are business owners. So if you can talk about business credit and how they can, how you can share tips and
I mean, we could talk for hours, man. And I was drinking too because we're drinking. I'm going for a while.
You can drink, but it's Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if you drink.
All right, so it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
You're more than welcome to drink if you want to. I'm definitely having coffee in my cup at 12.
You definitely be having coffee. Yeah, okay, got it. No, but definitely. Thank you for the invitation. We definitely will be there.
Thanks,
right?
Carlos. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I'll send you guys the invite. And again, thank you for having having me, and I hope that I added value some way.
Oh no,
100%.
I mean, we saw people actually going back and forth on all social medias. We'll go ahead and answer all those questions, send all that information to a lot of them. But we appreciate it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Carlos, thank you for having us. Brock, thank you for your time today and drinking with us. Till the next time,
guys.
this is Carlos Estrada Vega with Business Funding and Whiskey. See you next time.